Fun fact about the sped up footage, I made it as long as Daft Punk's Superhero stacked together 4 times in a row before trimming it. There's this little segment at the end where he takes like over 3 minutes to do something, and that's like, I think that's sped up too. Anyways, you can see he has the advantage, so I thought it was going to lead for a pretty interesting game, and I'm uploading it regardless of the outcome just because, you know, he's got the advantage. I'm curious as to whether or not he has a Reshibar, but we'll find out right now. He flips it, turns out he's running a fighting deck. Gonna go for my Pokemon Collector on the first turn. I'm really glad that I got it the first turn since I'm able to get a lot of basics. I'm still running under the assumption I have both Sunfloras available to me in my deck, but what I should have done is I should have gotten a Chikorita, a Sunkern, and a Virizion, or just only one Sunkern, because that way I can just use Sunflora to search and see whether or not I do have the second one. Turns out I don't. It's actually the bottom left prize card, so I'm kind of running with a dead spot in the bench. So, not really too big a deal. He's going to go for the dual ball here, which is like a really, really ghetto-ass collector. I'm surprised he actually got both heads, but let's see search for basic Pokemon. Anyway, going back to my original point, it is dead weight on my bench, but if I can get 2 Jumpluffs going, or if I can get... I don't have 2 Jumpluffs in this deck, but if that were to ever happen again, it would just lead for an extra 10 damage, so it's not terrible. Plus, you know, I can use it to take hits while I set something up, so not really a big waste. Anyways, he puts down both of those things on his bench, and he also has a collector, so I'm like, alright, do what you want. Doesn't really matter too much to me. Since, you know, if he starts putting stuff down on his bench, then Jumpluff will benefit that much more. Now, despite what you're taught in the game, and that ground types are weak to water and grass, turns out a lot of the ground types in his deck are actually only weak to water. He's only got 15 wins, so he's a little bit of a greenhorn, but he did have the advantage, so it's like, I don't really know what's going on. I kind of show that again in case it went too fast. But he's going to for Pokegear, which lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, search for a supporter, and put it in your hand. It goes straight to the discard pile because he didn't find one, so boo-hoo. Kind of just waiting for like ever here. I don't know if it lagged out on his end for a little bit, but all he really has to do is put down basics, put in energy, and attack. So puts on Machamp, puts on Ludentone. I scroll because I'm a little bit of a nub, and yeah, we're just gonna go from here. Puts an energy down, hits for 20, but he can do 10 or 20 depending on his coin flip. Main thing I want to do here, build up Virizion. Going to go for P-Oak over Copycat because I had to look at the amount of cards he had in his hand for a second. It benefits me more to draw 6 instead of 4, and I get the Copycat back anyways. So a little bit of a weird play here. Not necessarily too bad, but going to evolve that one I have out because I do have a switch. And I decide to switch it out with Chikorita. Decide that's a bad idea. So, you know, before you're like, what the fuck are you doing? No, that's a bad idea. I was going to end my turn. I was like, wait. Since I do have energy on Virizion, I can start attacking. I don't think Machamp can do over 30 damage, so it benefits me more to take this thing out before it gets set up fully. Now, what I could have done is I could have waited till next turn to evolve the Bayleaf on my, or the Chikorita on my bench, so that way it would be fresh without any damage counters. But this early in the game, you know, I'm not really too worried about it. I don't really plan on sending out Bayleaf / Meganium unless I need to take hits, so it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, how are you guys doing this lovely morning? It's about 9 o'clock. Hopefully I don't have any issues with uploading today. Gonna go for a run. Gonna go to Safeway since that's usually at the end of my running route. I go around the block once and then run to Safeway. Gonna get some coffee creamer, get some milk, probably get some other things, and then, you know, just come back, take care of that. I have had my coffee, but I kind of want a second cup and we ran out. So he comes out something. Gonna go ahead and get something else and just evolve it. He takes a really long time. But I can tell you what he has on the back going from left to right. He has a Lunatone, he has a Machoke, he has a Dugtrio, and he has a Cubone, which he evolves right now. So he's got stuff evolved, but he has no energy on it. So I do have a little bit of a leg up in that I have more energy in play, especially after I take out his Machamp on this next turn. He goes for fucking Professor Oak, and then I think he's going to attack here only in vain since I'm able to heal it off, so... just kind of waiting on him. It lags a lot on his end or on my end. I'm not sure why it takes so long for moves, especially closer to the end. But since it's sped up, you can't really see the lag too much, since, you know, speeding it up cancels out the lag to an extent. Come on, dude, what are you doing? This takes forever, even when I have it sped up. So he only does 10 damage. I scroll up again because nub, and I get my Meganium here. So I can start slapping energies on that in case he wants to start sniping things off. It is the bulkiest thing on my bench. And I don't know how he would snipe things off, but if I were to, you know, invest in something, and fucking Meganium would be like an energy bank, and that, you know, I can just give him out. So put a third energy on Virizion because I'm kind of scared of Marowak if that's going to come in. One of its attacks, you flip 2 coins, does 60 damage for each heads. So if he pulls double heads, he can take me out. If he pulls 1 heads, he'll do a hefty amount of damage. I want to be able to take him out next turn. He only has 1 energy on him right now, but he does put a second one on. And I think he evolves his Machoke into a Machamp on this turn as well. Talking more on my side, you already know what Pokemon Collector does. He has like 2 or 3 of them, so whatever. What I'm planning on doing is I think I want to Pecom out either my Bouffalant or my Skiploom to get Sunflora. I think what I end up doing is I just Pecom Skiploom out and then look to see whether or not I have both Sunfloras. If I do have both, I can use Sunflora's ability to get the other one, and then use that Sunflora's ability to get Skiploom. Doesn't really benefit me to get Skiploom and Jumpluff since I can't evolve it in the same turn anyway. Kind of just looking to see what everything does on his side, so if you missed any of that, you know, you can just go back and get a good look at it. I figured out that raising the bitrate and then just uploading in 720 is better than uploading in 1080, so I think my battle videos I render at like 6 million for the bitrate, and then my TCGO videos are actually like, I think they're like 15, so you should be able to read things a little bit clearer if and when I zoom in on them. But he's going to go for the Bonerang. Hits me only for 60, thankfully, which means I can take him out on this turn. So he didn't really get too lucky on that one, but he'd have to get extremely lucky to get both. Looking at the stuff, I'm available to Pokemon Communication. As I mentioned, you know, only 1 Sunflora. It's really great when I get both going, because I can get set up like before like turn 5 or turn 6, like almost all the way full, especially if I get some Pecoms going with me. Turns out, I do have 4 of them in this deck, but 2 of them are at the top, so it's like, what the fuck is going on? Decided to just take them out with the Sacred Sword from here, and then I think I draw the second one, so I'm actually able to Pecom out the Bouffalant and then get a Jumpluff. And then in case he does kill off something of mine, I'm not sure how he'll do it at this point since he's lost a lot of energy. But if he were to do it, I could get another Virizion going on the bench in the background while Jumpluff does its nasty thing. Jumpluff is the only thing in my deck that resists fighting, so I want to get that out ASAP. And that'll be pretty cool since the benches are pretty full. Mine's stocked all the way anyway. I don't think he really knows what Jumpluff does, or he's running under the impression that he can handle it. But yeah, you know, just gonna do nasty things to him. Puts a DCE on his Machamp, because Machamp doesn't really... I can't talk, it's so early in the morning. It's like 9 in the morning, because that's really early for me, even though I wake up at like 6:45 every day. For absolutely no reason whatsoever. It just, you know, early to rise the better. Plus, the earlier I wake up, the cooler it's gonna get, so that'll be good for my fun runs. Decide to evolve my Skiploom right now. I think it already has an energy on it, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and go for Sunflora's ability, get Virizion out. You know, just on the off chance that he kills off something else, as I already mentioned. So, MC's Chatter, hopefully draw 3 cards. If not, you know, no big deal. Hoping for an energy so I can get those going since I don't have too much. Looks like I don't have an energy on it, but if I needed one, I could have just pulled one from Meganium and then, you know, just done that. So I'm set. I'm all set at this point. Mass Attack does 110 damage, does 100 next turn, big deal. Dealing with Machamp is going to be interesting, and I'll explain how I do it. But I actually end up buffering a lot of damage from him in this next turn. Or, you know what? He sends out Hitmonlee for some reason. I think I end up killing that off too. But Jumpluff is good to go. I'm just going to Wreck Face. So I think what he does is he puts an energy on Hitmonlee so he can use Machamp's Poke Power, which is Fighting Tag. Now, if you put an energy on something, you can use your Poke Power, and it puts all the energy from the active onto Machamp, and then it makes it the active without having to pay retreat cost at all. So he puts a Plus Power on it as well. Does only 50 thanks to my resistance. Now, what I have to do right here is Leaf Guard lowers the amount of damage he does by 30. Plus, looking at his HP, I cannot take him out in one hit because he has 150. So I need to go for Leaf Guard twice, and that should buffer him to some extent. Since he's Fighting type, I resist it by 20. With Leaf Guard is another further 30, so any attack he does by me to me will be reduced by 50. So I think one of his attacks does 50 or 60, because on this next turn he only does 10 damage, and that's hilarious because he's trying to punch a bunch of cotton balls. There's nothing else I can do on this turn until I get room on my bench. As long as I have Jumpluff out, I don't really want to clear room on my bench. I can't clear room on my bench anyways, unless I have a Sage, which I'm thinking about running on this deck. But it would also be pretty good, you know, in order to just refresh stuff and remove damage counters from it. So, especially at this stage in the game, what I could have done is I could have moved all the energy from Virizion onto Meganium. I think Sage is the one where you get to put stuff off your bench to your hand. So just take it off, put it back on, and then move all the energies back. So I might start running a few of those thinking about it. Just stocking energy right now, just for the hell of stocking energy. And since he's at 90 HP and there are 10 Pokemon in play, I hit him for another mass attack for 100 damage. Get my catcher here, which leads for something really funny. Thank you for the person that sent me the catcher. They know who they are. They said they don't really plan on, I guess, getting into competitive, and then I guess they pulled a booster or something like that. And they got a catcher. So catcher is actually a really valuable card if you want to be running TCGO decks like on this level or physics level or just the competitive level. You're going to need a lot of catchers, from what I've learned. Now, I can only use catcher twice because I have a junk arm, so I can get my catcher back. So use it twice. Use interviewers' questions because I do need to start pulling that energy if I want to use it effectively. So I might start running those and Sages and just catchers and stuff and just Pyok. So everything else is just kind of dead weight at this point. I'm going to reevaluate my trainer cards once I get this going. But I see that Lunatone is the only thing in his deck that happens to be weak to grass. So what I can do is kill it off with a Leaf Guard, get Leaf Guard's benefit, and knock out a Pokemon at the same time. So pretty good play on my behalf, if I do say so myself. Get my second Sunflora there. A little bit too late. If I had a second Meganium going, then that would be pretty awesome, since I do have a lot of energy going around. Have twins, just because I end up, in case I end up not really pulling some good things, and I end up on the lower hand of the prizes. But he sends in a second Machamp. He doesn't have it built up all the way yet. But I can still go for Leaf Guards and, you know, buffer him to an extent while doing some damage, so it's good to go. Winding down to the end of the game. What I decide to do right here, I think, is just put an energy on Meganium, because put all the energy on Meganium and then we can just do stuff. Decide to retreat it because I'm going for the 6-0 right here. Looking at it, I'm like, I don't want my Jumpluff to get KO'd next turn. And I think Meganium can take 2 of his hits, or I can deal some damage, take 1 of his hits, and then switch out to Jumpluff and then just take him out from there. So he DCs somewhere around here, knowing that he's pretty much fucked. And he takes like 3 minutes to do it. I just decide to hit OK, pause Camtasia, and then I'm good to go from there. So 6-1, runs like a bitch, and that'll do it for me out of today's TCGO. I just really wanted something to upload while I, you know, go for a run and do some stuff. So if you enjoyed it, I will have better games. I just figure, you know, I'd give you guys something good to, well, something to watch. So if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to your thing, and I think that'll do it out of me. Go do stuff while this renders. Battle video coming up, you know, the usual. Do plan on streaming Saturday and Sunday morning, since my dad did actually end up leaving. So we got that going. You know, keep doing what you guys do, and, you know, trade list in the description and stuff. And I'll see you later. Peace.